one example, and to your point in terms of women are better employees, we believe women are better customers as well. So from a business standpoint, it always makes more sense to acquire more women.
In addition, I'd like to point out that, for us in Asia in particular, India is our largest market in terms of investments, and it continues to be. Despite India being one country, it is a nation with over 1.45 billion people, and I think one of the lessons we've learned in our experience here is that it's not a monolith.
But we've realized that, private sector is a very, very important lever to drive this change in a very scalable and sustainable way. Our research pointed that just 5.6% of the workforce is women. Is there a potential for a business case? Is there a way that getting more women into the workforce would solve the biggest trouble that the manufacturing sector has today?
And from there on, the next step that we have to take is in terms of skill development and competency development. Bring in people from remote villages, give them accommodation, food, and make them stay in the campus and train them in the skills so that they can be recruited not only by our company, but also by the neighborhood companies. So this is something that we have done also.
The point I'm trying to make is there are so many inherent unconscious biases in the system, which impact the hiring practices, the retention practices, of men versus women.
Really talk about the private sector, it's either the regulations, the policies, or the bottom line and the top line, which really works for them.
As part of the U.S. government, we have the ability to, work with other government entities and think through how the enabling environment can be better. Women owners of businesses, right? And data capture is also, a starting point to be able to better understand how you're serving your communities and